Stark Naked Truth.
Hello, everybody.
Here I am once again, just plain Rob, Stark Naked, Rob Stark, Rob Stark, whatever you want to call me. And Ashley.
I'm just Ashley, and Beach Bums Media presents another episode of In the Beer Cave with Rob and me. And we want to thank you all for stopping by and taking a moment to check it out. If you're on the Stark Naked Truth, you can also follow us on the YouTube at In the Beer Cave with Rob and Ashley. Follow us at Twitter at Bombs with a Z Media. And if you like the YouTube version and want to go watch it, there's a thumbs up. Hit subscribe. We would definitely appreciate that. And welcome to this week's show.
Yes, welcome. Stephanie's on already. Hey, hon, she's got to be here next week. Actually, we're going to try to work out some things that I didn't think. This was my fault because I didn't put two and two together on the dates where Stephanie's going to be down here, and we made some plans for Friday, and then all of a sudden it hit me, oh wait, we're supposed to do a podcast on Friday in the Beer Cave. So Ash and I are going to work and try to do some technical magic and get that worked out so that I may be doing my portion poolside.
Could be.
Or even from Shell Island, not sure which, and then Ashley will be stuck in the studio. Much like my days as a movie show producer when I was at WZCK in Birmingham were the main,
You know what? Have your people call my people.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get something worked out.
Yeah, there you go. We also, weather alert for those of you local, if you haven't heard yet, we have a tropical depression that's forming in the Gulf, up just north of the Yucatan Peninsula. It's going to bring us some tropical weather this week.
And weekend.
This weekend and week.
Oh, yeah, first part of next week, that's right.
Right.
That's right.
Stuff, it should be gone by the time you get here on Thursday, so no worries about that. But be prepared for, it looks like it's headed more toward New Orleans, of course.
Of course. The storm hunters were out this morning putting their little electronics on it. I don't know what they found, but the path looks like it's going to swing New Orleans, Mississippi, and up into, Mississippi, Alabama, and then go toward Georgia. But being here in the Panhandle, we do have from Pensacola a little bit this way the high surf warnings, and which puts us on the east side of the storm, which is, the best side not to be on in any situation. But I will be obviously on my ham radio monitoring the statewide situation probably later tonight and all day tomorrow.
And what they're really forecasting for us at this point right now is just some tropical winds. Lots of rain because we're on that east edge of the storm. And some high surf. So that's we may get, even if it's a tropical storm, we'll probably just get some weak tropical storm effects.
It was this morning very early. It was already a red flag on the beach, which means cautionary. I'm sure it will be double red if it's not already. So if you are going to be in the area, double red flags means don't go in the water. You can go to the beach, enjoy the beach, but do not go in the water. The fine is very hefty, and it's not worth going to jail for.
Well, and it's not worth losing your life.
That's the most important thing.
That's why they implemented the arrests and the ticketing for going in the water and
because everyone was violating the flags.
They were doing the flags that were going in, and I remember that one was it March or May that between us and Walton County we had like 30 deaths that year. And that's when law enforcement and emergency management said we've got to do something about this. So now there are penalties for going in the water for during red flags.
And it's pretty much the water is very dangerous underneath, and it's the
undertow,
the undertow and the rip ties that you can kind of see them, but you really have to be in the area. But sometimes you can't see them. And people, let me tell you what, water flow is a very powerful item, and
I've even been in the
I don't
Gulf.
care how good of a swimmer you are. Sometimes you get distraught.
And there are some really great swimmers who have lost their lives. And a lot of them trying to save somebody else, and they saved somebody else, but they lost their own life. But I've been in green flag conditions, and you hit those little, and they're weak currents, but all of a sudden you look up at the beach, and you're all the way down the beach, and your side on the beach is half a mile to your
you don't realize it.
right. You don't even realize how far down the beach you've moved. That's at that point I just go straight out of the beach and then walk back to walk back to my
and hoof it back.
back to my blanket.
Well, also coming up this weekend is Father's Day on Sunday.
Yeah, happy Father's Day. I don't know if Dad's watching or not, but happy Father's Day to my dad. He's in Fort Wayne, Indiana. He knows that my brothers that live up in Fort Wayne, they always take him out to dinner.
Yeah.
He gets a good phone call from me.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
See that? I'm borrowing money from him. He's like, okay, is it Happy Father's Day or do you want money?
Well, the Father's Day was designed to honor fathers who contribute to a family. But I will I've been having a thought on this, if you'll just indulge me for a minute. Anybody can be a father, but it takes that special someone to be a dad.
Yeah.
And so it should actually be Dad's Day, but it's Father's Day. But I think you all kind of get what I mean and all that. And also, in honor of Dad's Day, it also represents the dads that stepped up to pick up a role that might have been vacated for whatever reason. And then the mothers that are doing double duty.
Yeah, doing dad's work.
And they're doing dad's work and mom's work. So we want to include you in the Happy Father's Day father figure, however you want to call it. I've been giving that some thought. I've thought about this for years. I personally, my dad passed a very long time ago, and he was an important role model in my life. I really do wish sometimes I could pick up the phone and talk to him. But I do talk to him, and I'm sure he does listen, and in some mysterious way I get some answer. It's usually don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't go do that, because I'm not here to bail you out.
And I know you and I have both been in that position where we've picked up and
Yes.
taken on kids that weren't on our own, but you know,
We do it.
I was ended up being called daddy, and I love that, and I still have a really great relationship with my I always call him my son. He's my
Yeah.
stepson, but I have a great relationship with Jacob. And you know, unfortunately, we lost Sarah when she was 16.
Correct, yeah.
11 years ago. But yeah, it's the greatest feeling in the world.
Oh, it is. And I wouldn't, I have 2 children of my own, and I have 2 stepchildren, and I wouldn't trade all this for anything. I love each and every one of them equally.
Times you want to throttle them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Times when my mom would say, I hope we have kids, I hope they're just like you, and guess what? I got at least one that was just like me.
And I'm sure if we were to get my mom on the phone, well, we're not going to do that. There was times that my mom wanted to strangle me and throw me to whatever wolf I have me.
Get out now.
Well, welcome to this week's odd news that you might have missed and you might need to know about or want to hear about, and we're here to offer that to you. So we hope you enjoy. Well, I'm going to start off today. A driver had quite the scare while driving on Interstate 75 here in Florida. Lightning hit his car.
Wow, that's a 1 in a trillion chance.
And lightning, it hit the antenna of the car, causing some electrical issues, and then it did damage, obviously, to the electrical system in the car, and it left a 7-foot-long mark on the interstate.
Wow.
No word of any other marks in or outside the car.
Well, I'm sure that there was probably some, bring me my brown pants type situation at that point. However, a foul odor was detected by authorities.
No one was injured.
That's a good thing.
The driver said, I saw a light, didn't know what happened, and wow, it's a miracle I'm alive. A little stained, but alive.
Yeah.
But no, it was just a 7-foot mark. There was a picture online, and it showed where the asphalt was scorched.
Oh, he probably should hit the brakes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, not only that, but I mean,
I think something like that would probably mill your tires, too.
I would have thought that, something like that, yeah.
Mill your tires, cause a tire fire. Anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting, and I'm glad nobody got hurt.
But you hear people being struck by lightning. What are the odds? What are the chances of somebody's car antenna being struck by lightning while he's moving down a highway?
Yeah.
Down during interstate.
At interstate speeds.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
That's like I don't even know. I don't know if that's when you know that God hates you or if you know that God loves you and is just trying to get your attention.
You know what? I'm gonna go with loves me and wants my attention.
Yeah, like right now.
Hey, the other day, Tuesday or Wednesday, probably Tuesday, or it could have been Monday. I don't know. I was here, and I was on my ham radio, and I was actually talking on it. And I probably shouldn't have been. I should have dropped the antennas and been on the little walkie-talkies. There was a lightning strike, and I'm going to tell you what. It sounded like it hit a tree out here in the front yard. I heard the crack. Well, I went to go back and look at the lightning tracker, and it hit out in the Gulf, which is 5 miles away from crow flies. It sounded like it was literally right here. And it got my attention, and I couldn't go out and drop the antennas, but I unhooked all my radios, so lightning wouldn't go shooting across my garage.
Yeah. This one thing that I was talking to some friends about earlier this week about, one thing I do love is when we do have bright sunny days, that you're out on the beach and you see those light shows out on the Gulf.
The heat light.
Yeah.
No, well, it's not heat lighting. It's cloud to cloud.
Yeah, but you see the light shows, you can see the rain falling, but it's out in the Gulf, it's not hitting your way, but I just love watching that weather.
It's therapeutic.
Yeah.
It's really cool. And you can actually see it move across the water, but when you see it getting closer to you, you know it's time to get to it.
Yeah, that's when you go, okay.
Pack it up.
Yep. Let's get out of the pool, kids.
All right. Shelby Houlihan, a former Olympian and American track record holder, says a tainted pork burrito is the reason behind her positive steroid test that resulted in a 4-year ban from competitions. Now, I blame burritos for a lot of issues, but not a failed drug test. Houlihan, she said she provided a drug test on December 14th that came back positive for the steroid nandrolone, which she understands it comes from eating pork that can lead to a false positive.
I think she's going to need to get legal counsel on this one and medical counsel, because that does not sound right to me. I've eaten lots of burritos and pork burritos.
Yeah.
And I have not bulked up to, Olympian's weight.
But she says pig organ meat has the highest levels of this type of drug.
Okay, my second question is, why are you eating pig organs?
I don't know. But she bought it from an authentic Mexican food truck, and she has since redone appealed the authorities in the area of doping, the World Anti-Doping Agency, which banned her. So she's appealed it. But again, burritos.
Okay, I think one of the best.
Actually, guess what? It says, the report said she ate that burrito 10 days prior to the test. So, I mean, does it stay in your system 30 days? Pork meat, really?
I think depending on what particular substances are in that particular meat, it's like THC will stay in your system for 30 days, whereas alcohol will stay in your system for, if you drink one beer, it's going to stay in your system for about an hour to metabolize, but it can still be detected for 24 hours. So I think it might depend on what level of the drug it was and what particular chemical makeup that drug was. But my best evidence, if I were her, would be to take it to the council, take it to the and say, okay, here you go. Here's the same burrito I ate. You eat it. You take a test 10 days from now. Here's some pig organ burritos. Go for it.
First of all, what's an Olympian eating a burrito for? I thought they were healthier eaters than that. But she also took a polygraph test and had her hair sample taken so toxicologists can prove her innocence. But if it's in your system and a hair follicle sample, you're still going to get the false positive, is my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know how all that works,
but if you're an Olympian, don't eat pig burritos from a Mexican food truck.
Yeah, that pig burrito is off the menu for you now. For good.
So, but if you do it, go get some Taco Bell sauce.
Yeah. Then again, I would think, if pig innards were full of steroids, then they shouldn't be eating hot dogs, they shouldn't be eating bologna,
exactly.
They shouldn't be eating liver,
all that stuff.
Oh
yeah, all that stuff.
Lips and sphincters, that's what hot dogs are.
Hey, I love a good racetrack steak. And that's what those are, racetrack steaks.
Yeah.
And you can take them out. A lot of people think this is disgusting, but when you're at the racetrack, sometimes you don't have time to fire the grill up or the campfire. They're pretty cooked. I open the package up. I'm hungry. I'm eating a hot dog out of the package.
Yeah.
And they're not bad because they're pretty cooked.
Oh, yeah,
All
yeah.
you're doing is just heating them up.
Heat them up, yeah, one way or the other. So.
It's like eating up a rolled bologna or a big slice of bologna rolled up really tight. So anyway, well, we're going to go and hear from a sponsor real quick for all your riding apparel and biker needs. Biker's Edge is your place to go. They are located here in Panama City. Their hours are Wednesday through Sunday, 10 to 5. 850-624-6206 is the number. I would give them a call to make sure they're there because they do enjoy to go out and ride their bikes. Not this weekend, but they do enjoy it. With your military ID, you can get a 10% discount. If Pat doesn't have it, she can get it. And you make sure to tell Pat that Rob and Ashley sent you all her way.
From the Beer Cave. And also, they're going to be getting a motor trailer, so they're going to be going to a lot of motorcycle events very soon. Let us know where they're going to be so that you can hook up with them on the road. They're going to be a little bit more accessible than they are now. They are open, but they're kind of out on 77.
Yeah, they're kind of remote a little bit, and it's kind of hard to get out there. You can get to them, but they're going to take the show on the road.
Bring it to you.
But we will be informed of when and where, and we will be more than happy to pass it on. So Biker's Edge for all your riding, apparel, and bike accessory needs.
Second Amendment friendly.
Yep. Love you, Mom. All right. I'm going to tell this story, and it goes back into the early 80s.
Okay.
So, a British inventor, Sir Tim Berners. Berners-Lee. I don't know why a guy is going to hyphen his name, but anyway, is selling the original code for the World Wide Web as a non-fungible token, which is NFT, with a starting bid of $1,000. Digitally signed source code documents written by the computer scientists 3 decades ago will go under the hammer next week. NFT is limited edition asset which is sold without any physical form via blockchain. This is probably just a bunch of computer mumbo jumbo
Yeah, it's
stuff.
coding, I'm sure. You get a certificate that says this is the original.
Yeah. They provide certificate of ownership and have been hailed as a way to sell digital artwork and assets. Sir Tim said it felt like the natural thing to do with the entirety digital artifact. Didn't back in the 80s somebody named Al Gore say he invented the internet?
Well, he said that, yeah.
So what's this dude selling it for? Did Al sell it to him?
He may have been, gifted it to him for, hey, you bought some carbon credits here. Let me give you this certificate.
Carbon credits.
To me, that's about as painful as this thing.
It's a digital version of Bitcoin.
Pretty much. Well, Bitcoin is digital.
Oh, I know, it is, yeah. Money raised from the auction will be donated to initiatives supported by the computer scientist and his wife.
It means they're putting it in the bank and they're going on vacation.
And they're going to go have them a good time.
They're going to the Riviera.
Now, in honor of Father's Day, a father of decuplets,
that's 10 kids.
10 kids,
Jeez.
has requested people stop donating money to his wife and their 10 new babies, whom he says he has not seen yet.
Wow.
His wife, 37-year-old, recently made headlines for giving birth to a record-breaking 10 children at once. But conflicting local media reports in South Africa that a lack of photographic evidence on how many have included the baby's father and doubting the authenticity of the claim.
The claim of the father or the claim of the
mother having
10 kids?
10. Yeah.
Well, you would think that there would be some photographic evidence. I mean, that's...
It's buried. Everybody's sitting there donating money. He's going, hey, I'm alleged the father and I haven't seen him yet.
Yeah. And then there are no pictures, there's no...
Nothing. No doctors or anything has come forward.
I was going to say there should be some medical documentation.
Nothing's come forward.
of some sort.
Not only has he seen his children, but hasn't seen his wife since she left home on June the 7th. While she is purportedly giving birth to her hefty brood,
Well, just follow
the authorities were unable to trace to any public or private hospitals.
So if she was pregnant with 10 kids, just follow that trench trail. It should be in the sand, you know? I mean, that's a lot of kids.
Numerous family members have said that, yes, she's indeed has given birth to 10 children, but nobody has seen anything. And this is also not to get confused with the Octomom.
Well, yeah, no, Octomom, at least we had...
She made money off that deal, too.
She's still making money off that deal, yeah.
Those kids are all growing up now, isn't it?
I wouldn't say they're grown up. They're probably in the early teens at this point, something like that, yeah.
But like I said earlier, however, no doctors have been able to verify the fact, nor do they have any photos to confirm the birth of 10 kids.
Yeah, proof's in the pudding there, darling. Can't just say something when it's true, unless you put it, well, of course, if you put it on the internet, once it's on the internet, it's got to be true.
If it's on the internet. Over $70,000 have been donated to the family.
Wow. All right, I'm about ready to give birth to 10 kids myself.
No, he's not. But if you want to donate.
Yeah, if you'd like to donate, set up our GoFundMe account right now.
Here, let me get on that with...
Yeah.
You'll be a rich man.
Hey, Steph, what are you doing next weekend? 10 kids?
You'll have to go rent them.
He's claimed to have 10 kids. Yeah, we'll rent. That's not a big deal. I was glad to have some of my friends with smaller kids.
Just go pick them up somewhere.
Yeah, they're how do you pronounce it? Octuplets, decuplets?
Dectuplets.
Dectuplets. Yeah, they're dectuplets. Yeah, I know this one looks 12 and that one looks 3, but no, they were born at the same time, I promise.
No, 3 minutes apart.
3 minutes apart, yeah. She's the runt.
That one had the protein.
What was first to the team?
It's kind of like my wife's oldest is 7, and he used to give, and Chuck is the second, so it's D, Chuck, blah, 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 and it goes on down. And he's kind of a stout guy, and he goes, yeah, Mom used to throw us a cheeseburger. I was always bigger than everybody else. I got it first.
Yeah. It was a cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger, we had to fight for it.
Survival of the fittest at that point. Come on. Our next segment is one of my favorite segments. It's called Idiots in Jail, how stupid people find themselves incarcerated for doing stupid stuff. And it's brought to you by Steel Boys, Bail Bonds, and there are some great people. We'll tell you a little bit more about them. They're on Harrison Avenue.
Harrison Avenue,
on Harrison Avenue, Panama City. And again, really great folks to deal with. But go ahead, take it away,
Idiots in Jail.
Dun, dun, dun.
Haines City Police say a couple drove straight at an officer, rammed 2 patrol vehicles, and broke into a Florida mayor's home while trying to evade authorities.
Yeah, it's always the home you want to pick.
Yep.
It's the mayor.
Random.
Mayor and chief of police, one of the two.
What are the odds?
Yeah.
Records show that an officer was patrolling around 2 a.m. He stopped a blue Toyota near a construction site. The driver saw Tucker, he jumped into a Toyota, drove directly at the police officer, initially striking the vehicle. The canine officer released the dog, Cash, who chased the vehicle, and then the subject tried to run over the patrolman and the dog, and he had to pull the dog back away to avoid. After another pursuit, the couple jumped a fence, broke in through a screened porch like you have around your pool into the mayor's house. The Haines City mayor, it was occupied, and all the mayor could say was, that's why we have a police force.
Yeah.
So, of all the houses you're going to break into, why would you pick the mayor? Well, they probably didn't know.
They probably had no idea it was the mayor's house.
Didn't know it was the mayor.
Yeah.
But records did show that it appeared that they were going for it when they captured him in the area, that the male subject was going to go for something in his waistband. They released the dog again. He got bit in the leg, and it wound up he did have a knife in his waistband.
Yep.
You're surrounded by cops and a K-9. Don't go for the knife.
And don't bring a hammer to a sword fight.
That's right. Like last week.
Like last week, yeah. Well, Haines City, it's Haines City, Florida, right?
Haines City, Florida.
I don't know much about it. I know it's not a really big town.
It doesn't say, but it is a small town.
Smaller town. And I can just see this small town mayor looking at this guy going, boy, you picked the wrong house.
What are the odds if the mayor is also the judge? Remember me, dude?
It's not unheard of
No, not small
in
town.
rural Florida.
More brothers or relatives.
Oh, really? That's even more heard of in rural Florida.
Yeah.
I know people that are related to half the town. You know, not by blood necessarily, but by marriage. You know, and so. Yeah, in my hometown in Bushnell, Illinois, it would have been something like that. It would have been the mayor, the judge, the justice of the peace, the
the chief of police. They're all related.
Yeah.
They're all going to get together on Sunday and have a cookout at the house. And hey, y'all remember what happened the other night? Yeah, my dog bit him.
Yep, Sunday afternoon.
A South Georgia man faces criminal charges after police say he set a road flare through a drive-through bank through the pneumatic tube.
A road flare?
Yep.
Was it lit?
It doesn't say, but Mr. Bass was arrested Wednesday in Thomasville after the flare set off a panic inside the bank. Mr. Bass drove up on a motorcycle, cashed a work check, and then sent the flare back in the tube to the teller. He stuck it in the vacuum, sent it to the teller, and he drove off. The building was evacuated and police responded. Newberry said the teller said it resembled a destructive device, like a
so it probably wasn't.
Dynamite.
Yeah, so it probably wasn't.
Mr. Bass was arrested 2 hours later on his motorcycle.
Well,
First of all, he cashed a payroll check with his name and address on it.
Yeah. Well, I had to get my check cashed. I had bail money.
So don't send road flares through the tube at the bank.
And if you do, and you've gotten your check cashed for bail money, you get in trouble because you can get in trouble real quick. But Steel Boys Bail Bonds can get you out real quick. They are 24-hour service. They make it as convenient and fast as possible. Professionals have been doing this for 20 years. They know what they're doing. They know the system. They know how to handle your problem. They service Bay Gulf and surrounding counties. They have been, in Calhoun County, by the way, voted best of bail bondsman.
Best of Bay.
Best of Bay bail bondsman. Many years. You can contact them at their website, Steel Boys Bail Bonds. That's STELE Boys. bailbonds.com, or you can, if you don't have a computer handy, like when you're sitting in a holding cell.
Yeah.
But you do have.
You got to pay phone. You can collect phone calls.
You can call 850-215-2608. That's 850-215-2608. Steel Boys Bail Bonds, in business for 20 years. They're great folks to deal with and very courteous, and they'll just take care of you. Just trust me, they will.
You can get in trouble real fast. They can get you out real fast.
Don't ask me why I know they'll take care of you. They're just good for. Actually, I helped install some security systems for them in their office when they were doing some remodeling, and everybody I met there was just really great people. Really, they're fun to work for, fun to work with, and just had a good time talking to each other.
And they're very professional people.
Yeah.
Be sure and tell them Rob and Ashley from the Beer Cave sent you their way if you ever have the need for them. Now, from Pennsylvania, a man is behind bars after state police say he was on meth when he led the state troopers on a chase while riding a mini bike. He was riding a camouflage mini bike.
I wouldn't think there'd be much of a chase.
Yeah. He went through a gas station parking lot on just after 7 a.m. on a Monday when he was spotted by a state trooper who knew he was wanted on a Clearfield County warrant, according to the charges filed before the magistrate judge. When the trooper turned on his lights to pull him over, the man on the mini bike made a U-turn and sped away. Police noted that
at 15 miles an hour.
Yeah,
he sped away.
It was a camouflage. I put camouflage on a kid one time. I lost the kid.
Yeah.
Where'd the kid go? Anyway, a pursuit went on, and he was finally stopped and found with more meth on him and Adderall in his pocket, and he said he used meth a few hours earlier. And then a search of him had turned up 2 more bags of meth weighing 8.5 grams, and then some marijuana and Adderall pills and a glass pipe and a straw, according to the charges.
How did he fit all that on a mini bike?
I don't know.
It was a backpack or something?
It was a camouflage mini bike. I guess it was undercover.
Yeah, he was on meth already. He thought he was going 95.
Yep. Those things go about what? Maybe 20?
Yeah, I was going to say 20 tops.
At the tops. That's a high-speed footprint trace from the top. Run you down.
But, I know the way the police work these days, you can't do the sometimes you have to do the high-speed chase, but you're looking at public safety, you're looking at everybody else. So, it takes you back to the O.J. Simpson slow speed chase. So I'm sure that they were, looking out for everybody's safety, including the perp. But,
I could have jumped out of his car and chased him down and plucked him off with his hand.
Grab him by the nape of the neck. And
the bike goes, An Ohio man has denied ownership of the socks that were on his feet after cops discovered they contained a small bag of cocaine. Those aren't mine. Where'd those come from? I don't own socks.
I got a monkey on my foot, Andy. There's an old episode of WKOP in Cincinnati where it was about Plug Oil and Pale and Weather guys they just hired was taking cocaine for exchange for playing songs on radio.
Okay.
It's when Pale was really big back in the 80s, and he told Mr. Carlson that the powder he had was foot powder. So Mr. Carlson put it in his socks.
Oh, no!
And at the end he's going, my foot's numb. I got a monkey on my foot.
Well, that'll numb your foot, for sure. Then it soaks into your skin, and woohoo! Mr. Clark, who is 20, was driving early Saturday in Austintown, a Youngstown suburb, when he was pulled over for failing to use a turn signal. During the 3 a.m. traffic stop, a cop detected the smell of raw marijuana inside his Mercedes sedan and spotted loose marijuana on the floor. I guess what they call shake.
I don't know.
When an officer searched Clark, he saw a bag of cocaine was found inside the suspect's left sock. And upon discovery, he declares, "Those aren't my socks." Someone gave me those pills to hold. They found other drugs. Yeah, somebody gave me those pills to hold. So investigators also see $761 and an iPhone. When en route to the police headquarters for processing, Clark vomited in the back of the patrol car, denying that he had swallowed any drugs. "I'm just really nervous. I don't want to be locked up for 20 years.
I wonder if they did a body cavity search, found something they shouldn't.
Oh, yeah, they probably did more than a body cavity search.
That's not my butthole.
I borrowed that one.
That's not mine. That's a friend.
And finally, I don't really know what to make of this one. 2 women sought to use a $1 million bill to purchase merchandise at a Dollar General store in Tennessee.
You have change for $1 million?
At a dollar store.
At a Dollar General. At the DG's.
According to investigators, the duo appeared on a Monday morning at the convenience store in Maryville, a Knoxville suburb. Their attempt to use the counterfeit bill was thwarted by a Dollar General employee who called the cops. Well, duh.
Thwarted by. I was like, is this real? Well, first of all, there is a $1 million bill, or a couple of them that do exist, but they are not in general circulation. They're a part of the U.S. Treasury.
Yes.
They will never be in circulation.
And you're not going to find it with 2 ladies who are 39 and 61 at a Dollar
General store looking to buy some juicy juice and some Rolling Rock or whatever.
One of the ladies told the officer that she received the $1 million bill in the mail from a church that was unable to provide additional information about the purported house of worship. The first report that was reported by the Daily Times.
Oh, look, my dad was a minister, and if he ever came in contact with a real $1 million bill, he ain't sending that out to a priest.
No. After the heart attack.
Yeah, medical bills are paid. Yeah, I'll have $199,999.
The ladies had a shopping cart full of various items from inside the store, including several gift cards to various businesses. The lady was going to use the money to purchase items and care packages for homeless individuals. When questioned by the deputy, the knowledge of the $1 million bill, she says, was only riding with Miss McCormick to run errands earlier that day. So the other one's going, I don't know.
Okay, well, if you want to help the homeless, just go find yourself a Kinko's, make copies of that alleged $1 million bill, and give those to other homeless people, and that way, when they try to use it, they will also get 3 hot meals and a warm place to stay.
Sadly, the police report does not address several obvious questions. Why did Miss McCormick think a church would give her $1 million? Was she actually under the impression the United States Mint had produced $1 million bills? Did she plan on loading gift cards with 6-digit sums? I like $1,000 on this Texas Roadhouse gift card.
Yeah.
Or did she expect the Dollar General store to make change?
That's the one that gets me. You walk into, even the biggest Walmart you ever want to find is not going to have $1 million worth of change in there.
Oh no.
Or you better be spending $999,999 and some change to try to spend a real $1 million bill if you could ever get.
And they're going to round it up because there's still a corner shortage.
Oh, yeah, so
there's signs
you don't get that 50 cents.
Yeah, 52 cents.
52 cents.
Yeah, don't have a dime. Unfortunately, the ladies are both in jail under a counterfeit fraud charge.
Oh man, that is idiots in jail. A $1 million bill.
So can I take several $500 of Monopoly money and go, that's real?
Just write on it with a Sharpie.
Yeah, real
U.S. tenants.
U.S. currency. Yeah.
U.S. currency. Legal tender for all debts, private and public.
Yeah. Well, when the years ago when they changed the $10 bill, the coloring of it.
Yeah.
It looked like actually Banana Republic money. And I thought
kind of did, with the reds and
with the yellow, the light yellows and the reds and the hue to it. I'm going, whoa, wait a minute, that's not. No, I need another $10 bill.
Yeah.
But it wound up being
legit. And I think they had planned on doing that with other denominations, but because of people's reaction to that $10 bill, they decided, okay, maybe we shouldn't do that.
And the reason they were doing a lot of it was because of the counterfeit. Yeah, and that's when you get the stripe and the hologram. Is it a hologram?
It's kind of a hologram, yeah. And then like with the $100 bill, you got that little gold band that runs through the
little stripe. That's why everybody looks up like that. They're going, okay, it's real.
Yep.
So I'll pull those out. A lot of people used to pull those out. There used to be a way you could pull that strip out, and it said the denomination, it had like $100 bill or $10 bill or whatever. Pull them out, everybody's saying, oh man, that strip ain't in there. Here, you get this back. Okay. That's your $10 bill. It's not worth $10.
Now go spend it.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck. See you in Bay County.
Yeah. Well, that's about all I had on my side of the table. I really don't have anything else to pony up.
We've hit, we'll have some company next week now. Again, once we know exactly what we're going to do, we may do the show early if we can't work out some of these technical things, but we will let you know via In the Beer Cave with Robin Ashley, via...
we'll do a Facebook page, Twitter.
We'll
get the word out.
Okay, we'll let the word out to let you know when and where we're going to be and when it's going to be up and delivered. Like I said, we've got some tropical weather coming in. Ashley and I talked about a bunch of stuff yesterday, and now we can't even think about what we talked about.
You know what? I sat there and said I should be writing
this stuff down. I know.
And do I remember any of it? Not a word.
Nope.
It was a good conversation. We always have a good time.
It was. I mean, and that's the thing, throughout my career, a bunch of us people will be sitting around talking, and we're both, we're having a good time, and we're going, man, look, why don't we carry a pad? We need to write this stuff down. That'd be a great bit. And then the next day, we'll remember it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen. But thanks for joining us. Stark Naked Truth, you're always going to get the live feed, so next week when we're up, we will be live. This will be up tomorrow morning.
Yes, I'm going to start editing it probably tonight, but it will be up in the morning. And it will be also, you can look for us on the podcast Spotify platform, which it will be up first thing in the morning as well. I just can't thank everybody enough for stopping by and taking a moment to listen to us and watch.
And anybody would like to take advantage of sponsorships, we are available. You can email me, rstarkccm@gmail.com, or you can send me a message on Facebook, Rob Stark.
And you can always email me at beachbumswithaz@gmail.com. Be more than happy to talk to you. We do have some spots available.
And if nothing else, we can tailor a spot for you, just like we did with Steel Boys Bail Bonds with Idiots in Jail. So.
And also with Biker's Edge.
Yeah.
So y'all be sure, and if you have the need for either one of them, be sure and go see them, all the fine folks.
So, wrapping it up.
That's it.
That'll do it for us this
Once
week.
again, thanks for stopping by, and thanks for listening, and we want to thank all two of you.
Yep. Thanks, Steel Boys. Thanks to
Biker's
Edge. And as always, thank you for just allowing us to be us.
We'll see you next week. Thanks for stopping by.